How are you, everyone? I'm coming here today with some sort of urgent information with regarding to people who have won the green card lottery for the DV 2020. DV 2020, if in case you didn't know, is the people who applied for the green card lottery in the year 2018. The results came out May 2019. For them to start coming to US in 2019, October to end of September 2020. Those are the people we are calling them DV 2020. So people have been having the issues with visas. So nowadays we've seen there are people have been, they have the appointment to attend the visa interview. And most of the visa interviews at the US Embassy have been suspended or have been postponed. How does that affect you? I've been receiving a lot of questions. Will this affect even the future people who are waiting for the DV 2021? The results will be coming out in May. How is that affecting them? How are they going to put them into categories? How does KCC work in order to make sure that everyone gets the visa interview and be interviewed on time before the end of everything? Welcome everyone to the EBM Scholars. This is Ernest. In case today is your first time to arrive here, you are in the right place. What I want to ask you is just to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this kind of information to other people. So I will talk about overall green card lottery, and I'll also talking about any other type of visas during this type of the virus going around the world, and how does that impact for the people who are applying for the visas to come to the United States of America, but also people who are applying for the visa to go to other countries. But this I'll give the information specifically to come to United States, but more or less the same or similar case will be applicable to also other countries in Europe. So I'm starting with reading the official information from the US Embassy in Tanzania, which they put this one. So because the United States has suspended during the presidential proclamation that the entry into the United States for European countries and many countries around the world has been suspended for people to come to America. So what the US Embassy is saying like this way. United States, in case you are planning to come to the United States, we recommend you postpone your visa interview appointment until 14 days subsequent to your departure from the subject country. So if you have visa interview, let's say right now, you are advised to postpone your interview at least for 14 days, especially if you have visited the countries which are under travel ban, any European country which has been mentioned. And by European countries, we are talking about all the countries under Schengen visa, also including China, Iran, meaning like Austria, Belgium, Czech, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Latvia, Liechtenstein, wherever it is, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and they've already added the United Kingdom because the United Kingdom was excluded at that time. It's there, including Ireland, all those countries. So if you have been to all those countries, you have to wait at least 14 days then to go for the visa interview. First of all, you cannot just show up. When you are entering to the US Embassy, meaning you are entering into America, first of all, you have to know that. So that is something number one to consider. But also the US Embassy has been contacting people who have visa interview, or it's your responsibility to contact the US Embassy. Even let's say you are in Kenya, you are in Ghana, you are in Saudi Arabia, whatever country you are, whether the country is affected, whether it's not affected, please check with the US Embassy if they are planning to postpone your visa interview or not. They are not going to cancel completely people to come to America because of this disease. No, they are not going to do that. What they will do, they will change the date. So for the people who applied for the DV lottery 2018 to come to US 2020 for the DV 2020, remember, it doesn't affect your chances of going to the visa interview. What they will do, they will be putting, maybe your interview was maybe end of March or beginning of April. They will tell you come in June. It will not affect you. But your interview will be done before the end of 30th of September this year. Because if you won for the DV 2020, the last person to be interviewed will be the last person to be interviewed on September 30th. After interviewing on September 30th, that means after the interview, you have 6 months to come to America. So no matter what, you will be still having enough time. The only challenge will be is, let's say, your interview was in January. So 6 months is June, you got the visa. So you must come until June, unless otherwise your country is on the travel, this kind of travel ban because of the virus. What you need to do, you can contact with the US Embassy. They might give you another visa while you are waiting to come to America. So you have to consider that way. If your country is on the travel ban at the moment, by travel ban I mean travel basing on this disease like the European countries. Or you are from China, you are from Iran, those countries, what I'm talking about. Not a travel ban like how Tanzania, Sudan and the other countries, they're in the travel ban. I'm talking the countries on the travel ban based on this kind of disease. So if you have any question on that, please let me know. But I want to make sure that this doesn't affect people at all. Like the only thing they will do is postponing the interview date. That will be the only thing they are going to do, will be to change the date. And then for people who apply for the DV 2021, I will have the separate video to explain that. But it's still that one. Remember, interviews start in October, depending on your case number. If your case number is less than 10,000, you'll have interview between October to December this year. So up to that time, we believe the virus will be very much contained, so it will not affect people to come here. So people for the DV 2021, the interview will continue as scheduled, but even if they postpone, you'll have postponement of the interview. But remember, up to this moment, when they're doing the medical check, they are not going to check if you have this kind of virus. But before you come, obviously, they will test you when you arrive in the US, and they can put you in quarantine, isolation, and things of that nature. But they will not completely stop you coming here because you are coming from a country, maybe they have 1, 2, 3 cases of the virus. So that is one to make sure that you understand that the postponement of the visa interview doesn't mean that they have suspended you or completely ban you or not giving you the visa. They will give you a different scheduled date for the visa interview. I'm sure that helps with you. So if you have any question regarding to visa interview, scheduling and all these kind of things, please let me know. Otherwise, all the best everyone, and I wish you stay safe in general. Stay safe, follow the principles of healthcare professionals, make sure that you don't get the virus. Thank you, and all the best everyone.